Hi art friends! In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Hudson River School and showing you how you can make your own 3D pop-up landscape picture. The Hudson River School was an American art movement during the mid-19th century. Artists primarily painted landscapes of the Catskills, Adirondacks, and other scenery in New York and the United States. For this project, I'm going to show you a fun way you can make a pop-up landscape that incorporates foreground, middle ground, and background. So let's get started. For this project, you're going to need a piece of paper, a pencil, a pair of scissors, and whatever you'd like to color with or paint with. The first thing you're going to do is fold your paper. Now, when you fold your paper, I'm going to say it's going to be a little bit tricky. We want to make an accordion fold, but it's okay if you don't start off folding your paper that way. There are two ways you can do this. You can fold your paper in thirds or in fourths. I'm going to show you thirds first. I'm going to start by taking one side of my paper and folding over. Watch again, taking the one side of my paper and folding in. Now I'm going to take the other side of my paper and fold over. Once my paper is folded in thirds, I'm actually going to unfold. So I have those lines, and I'm going to fold it again. This time, I'm going to fold a little bit differently. Like I said, we want an accordion fold. So I'm going to hold down, and I'm going to fold my paper over. Watch again. Hold my paper down, and fold over. Now this should be really easy to do since you already have the creases. You know you've done it right if when you open up your paper, it makes a zigzag. Now if this one's a little too tricky for you, I'll show you how to fold your paper in fourths. Now to fold your paper in fourths, you're going to fold your paper in half. And we're folding our paper the hamburger way, so the short way. Then we're going to open it up, and we're going to fold the one side of our paper into the middle crease. Now, if you choose to do this fold, just know your picture is going to be a lot smaller. Then we're going to do the same to the other side. Fold right into the middle. Now we have to open it up to make that accordion fold. So I'm going to hold my paper, I'm going to fold over once, and fold over again to make that nice zigzag pattern. Okay, so we're ready to now cut our landscape. So I'm actually once again going to open up my paper, and I know this is a little confusing, but we do want to make sure our paper still folds the way it's supposed to in that accordion fold. And then with my pencil, I'm going to draw a line. Now I'm going to start over here, and I'm going to make my line kind of low. I'm going to do this a little darker so you can see it a little bit better. And as I hit that first fold, my line is then going to start to travel up. When I get to the second fold, I'm going to stop. Now I'm ready to cut out. This last panel here is not going to have anything cut out. When I get to that last fold, I'm actually going to turn my paper and cut straight up. When I bend my paper back, I should have a clear definition of the foreground, the middle ground, and the background. The foreground is closest to the viewer. It is the most in detail because you're the closest to it. The middle ground is somewhere in the middle, and the background is the furthest away. Things get really hazy in the background, and the painters of the Hudson River School use that to their advantage. A lot of their paintings have very hazy and dreamlike backgrounds because they were so far away from that beautiful landscape. So now we're ready to color. Using my crayons, and once again, you can use anything you'd like. to make your landscape. For this one, I used paint, watercolor paints, to color the different backgrounds. This one here, I used acrylic paints to make the darker area closest to me and that hazy background going further away. And the smaller one here, I used crayons, so that's what we're going to use. I'm going to open up my piece. Now, I want you to remember that this is the background, the middle ground, and the foreground. So I'm going to actually color the background first. And I think I'm just going to put sun in the sky, and I'm going to do this kind of quickly. And some blue with some clouds. Now I colored all the way down my panel, but if you notice my clouds stop right about where that arc kind of meets. Now I'm going to fold my paper over, and you can start to see the difference in those layers. And I'm going to open up that small panel for my foreground. I'm going to color my middle ground next, and I'm going to use some greens. I want to be careful not to get anything on my background, so if that's a little too tricky for you, you could open it up and color on the opposite side like this. I colored that whole panel green, and I put some browns in there too. So now you can see I have my background and my middle ground. Now it's time for the foreground. So I'm going to fold my paper over again, and this time I'm actually going to use colors that are a little bit lighter. So I'm going to use some light green and color the whole panel. I'm going to throw in a little bit of yellow. And remember, the foreground is the one that's in most detail, so it's the one that's closest to you. So I'm actually going to add in some flowers. You could put a house or some trees, whatever you'd like on your picture. I'm going to throw in some red flowers. And now I have a pop-up landscape picture that shows foreground, middle ground, and background. If this is a little too hard for you, you can just simply go outside and draw your own landscape, whatever you would like it to look like. Even in your own backyard. If you live near a park, you could go to the park and draw whatever you see outside, simply by looking out your window. If you're going to use the one with 4 folds in it, you're just going to have one extra layer. So your picture is going to be colored every other, the background, and then you kind of have 2 middle grounds and then the foreground. So it's just going to pop up a little bit more than that 3-fold one will. This is a really fun project, and I hope you have a great time making it. I cannot wait to see what you create.